Dak Prescott was ranked all the way down at 223rd. 16 quarterbacks are ranked ahead of Dak, including Carson Wentz and Carson Palmer. Shannon, what's your reaction?
I have no problemo with this because I've been trying to tell you the longest time, Skip, the way evaluators evaluate time. No! I love to get Skip. It hurt. Skip, this hurt you, Skip. This hurt you because the rookie of the year, they didn't say he was like 25. They didn't say 50. They said 223. You know, I remember back in the day, they used to have a car. You remember that deuce and a quarter? Electric 225, Skip? They gave him 2 spots better than the deuce and a quarter, 225. Skip, let me tell you how they evaluate this. They look at you look at Dak only in that vacuum of the Cowboys. But let me tell you what they have. They have three, Skip. They got 3 of the highest ranked offensive linemen in football. Tyron Smith was number 11. Travis Frederick was 18. Zach Martin was 24. So that's 3 of the highest rated linemen in all of the survey. They surveyed 400. Dallas Cowboys have 3 of the top 5. Okay. Number 1 guard, number 1 tackle, number 1 center. Number 4
25, right.
Number 1 tackle, number 1 guard, number 1 center, number 4 running back, number 6 wide receiver, number 6 tight end. So what they did...
You left out that Zeke is 56, but go ahead.
Well, he should be. But we're going to talk about Zeke later.
Yeah,
we're talking about your boy, that Dakota. Short. Dakota. That. Skip. They says, okay, all the guys... And even before I even saw where he was ranked at a quarterback, when I was talking to the producer yesterday, I said, well, he got to be somewhere between 15 and 20. He's like, how you know that, Shannon? I said, I just played 14 years, and I talked to a lot of coaches, and I talked to evaluators. When you evaluate a player, you just can't look at him in your system. Because what happened if the coach gets fired, you got to bring in another system. They asked themselves, if Tom Brady went to Dallas, could he do what he do in Dallas from New England? Absolutely. Could Dak Prescott leave Dallas and go to New England and do what he did? Can he go to Green Bay? Can he go to New Orleans? Can he go to Pittsburgh? And those evaluators are the people that's making this decision says absolutely not. So you mean to tell me if Tom Brady had the 3 top linemen in football, a top 5 running back, a top 10 wide receiver and tight end, could he not be successful? Even, see, what makes it hurt for you, Skip, is that they put Carson Wentz. How dare they put Carson Wentz in front of Skip baby Dak? Well, they're
21 spots ahead.
Yes!
21 spots.
Because you know why, Skip? Because, and I told you this, Skip, I told you, if you take the marginal of quarterbacks and you put them in this system with the 3 of the 5 best offensive linemen in football, with a top 3 running back and a top 10 wide receiver and tight end, there are a lot of quarterbacks can do exactly what Dak did. You didn't believe it. Guess what? They said, we're going to throw QBR out. We're just going to study the tape, and we're just going to look. And what they came to the conclusion is the same one I came to, and I've been telling you this for the longest. In that system, he's perfect. But they're not looking at it in the vacuum of just Dallas. They say, if we put him in Pittsburgh, could he do that? If we put him in New York, could he do that? If we put him in Philly? But if we brought those guys to Dallas, do we think they're going to be 6 and 10 with that? Absolutely not. So I got now maybe he's not 223, Skip, but as far as being like between the 15th and 7th and 20th best quarterback, I have absolutely no problem with that.
No problem. I didn't think you would. So, to your point, you said this would have made me sick, and you were wrong about that. It did not make me sick. It made me laugh out loud.
Oh, LOL.
It's just hilarious. It's just hilarious.
Why?
And it disqualified the entire Monday morning.
Stop it, Skip. Stop it, Skip.
It just did. So, let me get this straight. Recently, NFL.com did its ranking of top 100 players as voted on by current players. You respect current players? Maybe not that much because you're a Hall of Famer, but I have some respect. Do players know who can play?
They do.
So the players said Dak was the 14th best, not quarterback, player. 14th best player in the National Football League as voted on by the players, Dak Prescott. But this ranking has him at 223rd, and that's 21 spots, as you point out, behind Carson Wentz, and all the way up at 204 is somebody named Weston Richburg. You know Weston? He's the Giants center. Nobody knows.
Oh,
but
what?
And then let's keep going down to 185. You know Morgan Moses, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's the Redskins' right tackle. Yeah, okay. So
Moses, that's a good name.
And the infamous Jason Witten, who could outrun you no matter what shoes you had on your feet, is ranked all the way up at 79. So he's way better, even at his advancing age, than the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott. Byron Jones, who drives me crazy about half the time, safety out of Connecticut, kind of corner safety, he's ranked all the way up at 73. And the one thing I kind of agreed with was Sean Lee. You always have nothing good to say about Sean Lee. He's all the way up at 29. Dak is at 223. So let's get this straight. 2 years ago, what happened to my Dallas Cowboys? In game number 2, Tony Romo got hurt, so he couldn't play starting in game number 3. And what happened when Brandon Weeden and Matt Castle took over? Combined, those two went 1-11. And guess what? Those same guys, Ty Smith and Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, they were all playing. Oh, the same guys ranked in the top 25. They were all playing ahead. They're blocking for Darren McFadden, who went over 1,000 yards.
Before you go any further, is Mark Sanchez and Kellen Moore and Matt Castle, are any of those ranked ahead of Dak Prescott? Let's talk about the guys that's ranked in front of Dak Prescott.
The point here is that it was absolute. This is what the MMQB guy says. Absolutely perfect conditions for Dak Prescott. Well, why were the conditions all that imperfect 2 years ago for Brandon Weeden and for Matt Castle? And by the way, they went 1-11, but Dak won 11 straight as a fourth-round rookie. That's interesting. And by the way, that same year, 2 years ago, Tony Romo came back to win a game at Miami, and then on Thanksgiving Day on the big stage at Jerry World, the Carolina Panthers visited, and with that same offensive line, those same weapons, except for Zeke, but you still had Darren McFadden, who's pretty good. Tony Romo threw 3 interceptions that day, and 2 of them got pick six, got returned for touchdowns. So he threw 3 in one game. Last year, Dak threw 4 total in 16 games. 4 in 16 games? So let me get this straight. Brandon Weeden had started 21 games before he started 2 years ago in week 3. Matt Castle had started 71 NFL games before he came on in week 7 that year. But Dak, as a raw rookie, got thrown into, on Cowboy Nation, this is the hottest quarterback seat, I think, in the NFL, with the beloved Tony Romo trying to come back. Dak Prescott got thrown into the fire in week number 1 against your arch-rival Giants. And what did he do right away in the first quarter? No, he threw touchdown passes to Cole Beasley and Des Bryant that they dropped.
They lost.
He had them right in the hands.
Skip.
Hole at the 2-yard line at Des in the end zone.
Skip.
And they lost 20-19.
Skip. You're talking about Sanchez. You're talking about Weeden.
Oh, okay.
Talk about the guys that are in front of him on the list.
Okay,
Talk
so
about
all
them.
last year in perfect conditions, that didn't seem to help Weeden and Matt Castle, Dak Prescott led all NFL quarterbacks in QBR the whole year until the last game, a meaningless mail-it-in game in Philadelphia in which he didn't play very well because nobody even tried to play well, and he finished 3rd in QBR. And he finished 6th in the MVP race, which is pretty great for the guy ranked 223rd. And then, if you start looking at what started happening, remember the game at Pittsburgh? Remember what happened with 42 seconds left? He brought them back, and they go 75 yards in 5 plays. And what did Tony Romo say right after the game in earshot of all the reporters? He turned to Stephen Jones in the locker room, and I quote him, he said, "That ain't bleeping easy. He is the man." That ain't bleeping easy.
Skip.
You're the quarterback of the Cowboys playing Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh, and you go 75-5?
Skip, we're not talking about Weeden. Why don't you mention the games that the guys that's on the list that's in front of Dak?
Okay, so then Romo does his concession speech, but he's healthy. He can play, so the pressure is mounting. And down the stretch, it goes Thanksgiving Day against Kirk Cousins. All Dak did was go 4 for 4 on touchdowns in the red zone. And then he has to go Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. So he's big stage, the biggest stage in the sport, all the way home. And what happened? Against Tampa, remember he comes back in the 4th quarter. He went 32 for 36, and it's perfect condition. Are you kidding me? This is a joke.
Skip, you're making an argument for a beat-up Romo, a Weeden, and Sanchez. Make your case for Dak. Could the guys in front of Dak, could they do that in Dallas?
Wow. And then what happened all the way to the Green Bay game? They're down 21-3. And what happens? He brings them all the way back to 28 all and 31 all, and it starts off with a 40-yard bomb to Des Bryant. Anybody could do that. I could have thrown that. Joy could have thrown that. Even you could have thrown that pass. Because it's perfect conditions. Baloney.
Skip, all I want to know.
Baloney.
All I want to know, Skip, the guys that's in front of Dak, could they do what Dak's doing in Dallas if they had the same circumstances? Yes or no?
Who's in front of him? There aren't
everybody.
Everybody.
Do 23.
Okay, you know how I feel about quarterbacks. If I'm doing a list, the quarterback's going to be in my top 10. All 10 will be quarterbacks.
Well, they got like
and one of them is going to be Dak Prescott.
Well, they got 15.
No, I don't think a bunch of quarterbacks.
No, there's only 3 in the top 15
only
or
3
16.
Yeah,
Roethlisberger's 16.
Well, hold on. What you mean? Dak, you mean to tell me? Hold on. There's only 3. Hold on. There's way more quarterbacks in front of Dak.
In front of Dak, yes, of course. I'm saying in the top, he's saying in the top 10,
No,
the top 10 would be
all
quarterbacks.
I'm saying is,
on this list, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers are the only quarterbacks in the top 10.
But I'm saying, make your case for why these guys shouldn't be in front of Dak.
The quarterbacks.
The quarterbacks.
He's a rookie fourth-round pick. You know what?
Was a rookie.
You're going to eat crow after crow after crow because he's going to make you eat it this year. He's going to arrive. He was a baby last year. A fourth-round rookie
last year.
My God.
Boy, look at all these guys in front of Dak.
We gotta leave it there. Ezekiel Elliott was also ranked pretty low on the list. We'll debate that next.
Man.
And I won't back down.